certainly looked to play through, and I thought Davies was really good for Greensborough as well as we get underway in the second quarter here on the NFNL's Match of the Day. McFawn, as he has in the first quarter, won the hit out. Hasler Hares after it for Greensborough. Claimed Signorello, and advantage is going to be waved on here as Greensborough go inside 50 to the left forward pocket, actually, it should be said. Umpire put the whistle away. There was protests for a push in the back from Greensborough.
Right decision by Tex.
Nothing doing. And we'll have a boundary thrown in front of the Heidelberg social rooms in the left forward pocket.
These guys are still playing man-on-man, looking through the binoculars. No one's giving anyone space. I like it. Tap out to Heidelberg, pushes the ball forward, but picked up by Ben Ham, who goes backwards to go forwards. And he gives it back to McFawn, who goes inside 50. They're looking for the Flyers. They're up in the air. That is a ripper of a mark. I think it
Jacob Pickett, I think that was. That's a huge grab.
He was pretty I think he asked for oxygen up there at one stage, Jeremy.
He's come from 3 or 4 deep, I reckon, to take that. That is a monster grab. And he's probably the tallest guy down there, to be honest. So that certainly wouldn't faze him coming from that far back. One of the inclusions today for Greensborough from last week. And he would dearly love to go and put this through the middle to give Greensborough the perfect start to the second term.
Will that be on your highlights reel?
It might be. It might be. If anyone's,
think you can miss.
I'm always on the lookout for recommendations for highlights week to week for the NFNL socials. So if anyone's got any, please let us know. As Pickett comes in, and he's pretty happy with that. Straight through the middle.
What
and
a great
Heidelberg
start.
making the most of their Greensborough, should be said, actually, making the most of their chances. They take the lead back. They're 5 straight 30. Heidelberg 4-1-25.
Straight kicking really important in it, Jeremy. Like, you won't get away if you were 1-4 here. It looks a lot worse, but they've got momentum and belief.
Yep, absolutely. They've actually managed to, a lot of their shots, it must be set aside from Garrard's shot after the siren at quarter time. Pretty much all their goals have been scored from pretty close in or directly in front, which makes a huge difference, I think, in terms of converting those opportunities, which they have done so far. 5 straight's a terrific start for the visiting team.
Changing the ruck, is it? No, it's not Bunker going up. Keys goes up again, but he wins that one against McFawn. Ball's going to fall to Hasler. Cops one in the back. Geez. Umpire says absolutely, and it's going to be a Greensborough free kick.
Keys didn't like that either.
Yeah, wasn't happy about it. I think he was just saying, I like your helmet, son. He's going to push the ball out wide. He's kicked to a one-on-one. This will suit Keenan Posser. He'll back himself as he punches the ball towards the boundary. As Idronico puts his head over the ball, gives the handball off to Comps, goes backwards to go forwards. He's going to be under pressure straight away, though. Turns him backwards. Eastwood, he goes with a bit of a wormbird and bop backwards. They've had to go a long way back to come forward to a contested possession here, Jeremy.
Yeah, Danilchenko grabs a loose ball for Greensborough's handball off to Hasler. Resulted in a scrubby kick up to the half-forward line.
Great tackle, Greensborough.
Ball's gathered by Heidelberg, and Johnston, the captain for Greensborough, lays a big physical tackle on, I think that was McInerney's opponent there. Just really looking to set the tone for his charges here, Johnston. As ball goes up, Martin tackle. Was claimed immediately as soon as he won the ball from the hit-out. And the umpire says, give it to me, we'll do it again.
I want to say excellent umpiring so far. They're letting the ball go. They're only balling it up when they need to.
Yep. There's been a little bit of argy-bargy as well, but nothing too untoward. Yep. As we're going to get a free kick here, and this is probably a problem a little bit for Heidelberg, where Keys has given away a free kick in the ruck.
Goes straight away, looks for the big man. Was he pushed in the back? Umpire says no. You might have done a bit of a Matty Lloyd and gone for a run there when there was nothing there. No need to flick the grass up. This will be a throw-in about 5 metres out from the Greensborough goal line in an excellent contest, I have to say.
So let's see if Greensborough can manufacture another set play like they did in the first quarter. Keys got the front position and his kick was smothered. Heidelberg might get the chance to come away with this, and the non-controlling umpires paid a free kick, and they're going to wave Heidelberg on here as they stream through the middle of the ground. They've got 3 players everywhere here as they stream through the middle. Wilson's got it now, just crossing the cricket pitch. That kick probably wasn't 15, but the umpire called play on as he thought the play was off. Tardio's kick's no good. It's cut off by Greensborough. That was a physical tackle. I think it's been okay. The umpire says it's fine.
Yep.
We'll have a ball up. But you can see what Heidelberg are trying to do there. They're just lining up as soon as they win the ball back in their defensive 50. They are off and gone.
The running game suits Heidelberg. There's another win to McFawn in the ruck as the ball hits the ground. Straight out to Ben Ham. Tries to get his kick off. Bunker's waiting for it at the bottom. The dangerous Wilson at the back gets his head ripped off. And the umpire says free kick there to Wilson.
Might have to adjust the headband there, Wilson, as he's kick out wide. Finds... can't remember who that was.
Anton goes deep inside 50 from the wing. Picked up by the Greensborough player. Kicks to nobody. It's a contest. Probably holding the man to Eastwood. Let go. Wilson picked the ball up out on the wing closest to us. It's right in front of us. We get to see the great man himself pick it up. Pushed off by McFawn. A victory there to McFawn to Hasler. Hasler's going to go inside 50 for Greensborough.
He's
on his own.
That's Pickett. So Pickett's got it again. Greensborough just killing Heidelberg there on the turnover.
Very un-Heidelberg-esque to let a player in the forward line on his own.
Yeah, they weren't expecting the ball to come back that quickly. I think it started with Wilson's handball backwards, really, to no one in particular. He had to try and clean up his own mess. And McFawn, who's just about been Greensborough's best player, I reckon, so far in the ruck, has been very influential indeed. And this has ended up with Pickett, who's going at his second goal in almost as many minutes here. As kicks on the way, and it was never on line. It's off to the left. So Greensborough's first blemish of the day. They lead 5-1-31 to Heidelberg 4-1-25.
For Pickett, he's made his name up here so far already today, hasn't he? He's had to make a difference up forward. It's what Greensborough, I said pre-game, has been missing, and straight away they've got a presence and a target as Heidelberg bring the ball back in.
Ball to half forward. This is going to be cleaned up. I think Panham was the one who was claimed by Bunker. He was appealing for a free kick. Umpire said no way. That's Tex Borg, who's in charge at the moment.
His
first game at the top level. No, he's been very good. He was the one who said nothing doing when Pickett, I think it was, who was appealing for pushing the back earlier.
Correct decision.
Said not on my watch. And he'll get us restarted here at left half forward for Greensborough.
Stop him pulling that out. So Key's just getting the ball his own way out of the middle, around the grounds, picked up by Bunker, out on the wing, out to Wilson now. This is the most dangerous name in footy on a wing. He brings it inside 50. Front man is Zach Eastwood, I think it is, who goes straight back down the wing to an unmarked player, which is Ben Ham on the wing, on the half-back flank. It is actually for Greensborough. Doesn't have too many options. They've gone man up. He plays on. He tries to go around him. No success, though. Unmanned out the back, pops off the top of the head of, I think it might have been Garrard again, and the ball finds a boundary line, half forward, flank nilly for Greensborough be thrown in.
Very interested to see how this ruck battle plays out across the day, Daz. Tom Keys is looking pretty gassed already after playing mostly forward last week against Banyule. I'll be interested to see how long he can kind of go with his stints in the ruck. But he's got the handball out here. Handball is out to Signorello, who's tracking that back towards the boundary line. His handball to Wilson, who just ducked under the tackle. That was clever. The Tigers going to come away with this. Tardio gives his handball inboard to Clark. Clark's kick inside 50.
Front position,
Heidelberg. Heidelberg's, but no mark taken as Greensborough are going to come away with this.
Bolton gives the hands over on the wing to Jackson Davies. Jackson Davies says, let's hold on to possession. Gives the ball beautiful off to Ned Roselook, standing right in front of us. You can probably hear the crowd. He has to calm it down, doesn't have the options. Goes back to Davies, 15 metres in. He's going to go big inside 50. They look for the big man again. He flies and hits the ground. Not to be picked up. Ben Ham gives off a beautiful handball to Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson tries to get the kick away. It's going to find the boundary. And they just ask each other about what
there's a bit going on afterwards here. Johnson didn't like the treatment he was dealt with after he got the kick away.
I think they were asking each other what gel they used today before they went out.
What cologne they like to wear during the week. Probably should have given the hands there, Jack Johnson. He was on his right foot, but Brody Glenn was there in support and was completely on his own, so should have probably given the hands off there, the Greensborough captain, as Keys gets the knockdown. Rosenbrook gets it, and he's claimed straight away. And O'Dwyer's not happy with someone down there in a Greensborough jumper. There's a bit of argy-bargy going on here. Tiger's not liking having things being taken up to him. As
in the back, he's going to call it the umpire for sure. Now it's on again. The guys aren't too happy with each other, but I'm not sure that Heidelberg's used to this pressure. This is a lot of pressure being applied early to them. They're going to actually bring the player off. Very smart to cool the situation down by Vinda Tolley, arguably the greatest coach ever in the NFNL.
Well, Luke Bunker, I think it is going to need a new Guernsey, I think, because he's looking a bit Tarzan-esque with the chest out after having that jumper absolutely torn apart in that little fracas there in the right forward pocket.
Again.
But eventually, it's Garrard who got a clear free kick. He grabbed it out of the ruck and just got absolutely smashed from behind in the back. So
this will hurt the Tigers a little bit. It's not defining, but it'll be one that makes them second-guess themselves. He's going to bring the ball across the face of goal, and it's just not to be. You've got to make those chances count, don't you, Jeremy, when they're in front of you?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a golden chance to open up a bit of a gap in this game. But Greensborough still in front. They lead 5-2-32. To Heidelberg 4-1-25 on the NFNL's match of the day on Plenty Valley FM and Sportscast Australia, brought to you by La Trobe University. Make your impact as Heidelberg look to bring this kick in.
They're out in the far deep pocket away from us. I can't pick up who it is, but this is very unlike Heidelberg to play the wing as wide as they are. This is perhaps the pressure of the game. Con puts his head over the ball, gets the hand out, but it goes to the wrong person to Heidelberg. Now you're in trouble because Heidelberg have possession and the running game on. Pressure beautiful in there by McFawn again. And Jackson Davies is going to have the ball tied up with him on the half-forward flank for Heidelberg Football Club.
You can see how hard the Greensborough midfielders are working back to support their defence at the moment. It's really working for them at the moment. Heidelberg are going to win this clearance. Ball's in dispute though, and I think Greensborough are going to swoop on this, and they're going to come down the far side wing if they can regather possession of this footy. Clark has after it for Heidelberg.
Oh, great tackle there by
Good
Heidelberg,
tackle there.
right on the boundary line.
That might have been Sean Martin, I think, over on the far side wing.
You are right indeed.
And it's going to be a ball up. I think both rucks thought it was going to be a throw-in, but umpire says, no, we're right on the boundary line here.
Picked up by Andronico again.
Andronico wins the ball here for Greensborough, but it's going to come back. Signorello's got it on the far wing for Heidelberg. His handball to Wilson. Gives it off to Signorello, I think it was. Big flight centre forward there, but Greensborough are going to come up with it again.
And I tell you what, old Tom Brindley was met with an army of Tigers there who said, you're not going anywhere, son. You stand right there. We'll get this ball thrown up.
It's a bad feeling, isn't it, when you get that hospital handball over the top and you can just feel the peripheral pressure coming. You know that you're in strife and you just got to cop it.
He threw the ball
Tom
there.
Keys just threw that out of the contest. And
the
umpire waves them on. They took advantage, Greensborough, but the handball was a poor one. The umpire had already said play on, so we're going to keep going here. Ball's in the left forward pocket for Heidelberg and runs out of play.
Miller finds the safety of the boundary, though. That's probably the best possible outcome for that. They should have gone back and taken that kick. There was no need to move fast. They didn't have the people forward anyway. Might just need to settle down a bit and take control there. Ball's going to be thrown in the forward pocket for Heidelberg, about 15 metres out from their goal. Beautiful throw in. Picked up again by Keys. Someone has to stop him just plucking the ball out of the ruck like that. Now bounces back out to Greensborough. Takes a blind kick to nobody, and it's going to be picked up there by Signorello.
Yeah, that was a scrappy kick on your last line of defence. It's always the way, isn't it, when you get a key defender under pressure, they just bail out, and more often than not, the opposing team's set up as we see Dylan Bunker come to the bench for a spell. He's going to need a new shirt. That's certainly a fashion statement, but don't think the umpire's going to be too happy with that.
Signorello sprayed this a little bit wide. It'll miss everything. They're looking for a mark deep in the pocket. Punched over the line there by Greensborough on the opposite forward pocket for Heidelberg, around about 15 metres out from goal. Time for Greensborough to reset here and just hold on to the ball, get possession back. Can't be making those blind U-turn kicks out of your forward line into Heidelberg's possession.
Yep, so it's Greensborough's turn to defend a forward line stoppage here as Keys has after it on the ground from the boundary throw in. His handball over the top. Found McKenna. He's claimed in a very strong tackle.
Excellent work by both parties there. He knew he was going to get tackled. That is a professional just holding the play up. Very smart. Tex throws the ball up. Manhandled out the back. Braden Sear goes for a snap from nowhere. One behind.
That was a good look. He hasn't had too much of the footy yet, Sire, coming back in for Heidelberg this week, but certainly a dangerous player and one that Greensborough will need to keep a close eye on as Panham brings this back in for Greensborough. His kick out to the right.
I think it's
back
Jackson
flank
Davies.
is Jackson Davies, who's been prolific so far. He's found a lot of the footy and has done some great defensive efforts for Greensborough. There's not much on forward of the footy. He's got Andronico in the middle of the ground who had his hands up, but that's a pretty risky kick to bite off, so he decides to go up the line down the far side wing. Greensborough just going to work this through by hands, and the kick's going up to half forward. Garrard's a target. He leads his opponent to the footy and takes the mark uncontested right out on the boundary line at left half forward for Greensborough. His kick inside 50 is claimed. That's a terrific juggling mark back there by the Heidelberg defender. I think that's Edmonds 16. Who takes the good mark, and he's going to go short and find O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer goes to Possar.
This is where they're dangerous through the middle.
His teammate who drives the ball up to centre half forward. Ball in dispute.
They've got the runners.
Good chance for the
runners
here.
Heidelberg. Goal umpire does not move, and he says that's straight through the big sticks.
And guess who it is? Zane Barzen for number 4.
So punishing. You just can't blink with this Heidelberg side. If you let them run through the centre, I called it from the back line that they're dangerous through here, and they went straight through. Remember I spoke pre-game, they push their players wide. It's a trap. It's an absolute trap if they're playing you wide.
Yep, they had the absolute free run of the corridor there, and they made Greensborough pay, and Zane Barzen like I said, he's the hot hand from the first quarter, and he's proving that way again. And it's all square at Heidelberg. We're 5-2, 32 apiece on the NFNL's Match of the Day here on Sportscast and Plenty Valley FM.
15 minutes in here, Lucinda will throw it up. Umpiring has been absolutely perfect today in perfect conditions.
Yeah, they've been very good so far, the umpires in yellow. As McFawn goes up against Keys. Keys didn't even contest that one, so McFawn won the hit out uncontested.
Great tackle.
Keys gathered the loose footy. Andronico tried to grab him, and he did. Affected the turnover. This is Rosenbrook at right half forward for Greensborough. Loose ball in dispute, and Rosenbrook plays the tackle on James Nadalin, and the ball runs out of play here.
Papagiannis, the vice president, running past us, taking a spare jumper out so they can get their star player Bunker back on.
Wonder if it's going to be the same number. We might have to update our footy records here. That was a pretty wayward throw in, and the umpire, I think, rightly calls that one back.
The truth is, he's that good enough player. It doesn't matter what number he's wearing, we'll know who he is.
Yep, he's hard to miss when he's getting 30 touches of the ball every week.
Another, here he is out here with his top. So it looks like he's going to go from 14 to 30. I think she brought out number 30. Tap out there by Heidelberg. Holding, right call there by the umpire. Nice chip in again to McKenna on the wing right in front of us. He's going to go big, Jeremy.
Yeah, McKenna's got it on centre wing right in front of the broadcast location. He goes back into the middle and finds Clark just behind centre for Heidelberg. And he and McKenna are waxing at the moment. McKenna's got the footy again. The umpire waves him on. Bunker with the torn strip. He's going to have to just retreat a little bit, but he had support there from Possart, and he retreats out to right half back for Heidelberg.
Had plenty of the ball, Keenan Possart. Excellent captain in the 150th year, premiership captain.
Yep. He goes short again, and Bunker's working hard as he looks to go in short.
And Anton, is it?
Finds Jordan Smith. It is half back in the pink wheels. He goes in short and finds Edmonds. Edmonds short again. They're just working their way through here, the Tigers. This is Nathan Honey here. Drives the ball inside 50.
Intercept mark.
Miller almost got a hand in there for Greensborough. Oh, someone copped a bit of a whack across the bonce there.
Zach Eastwood goes bang down the line. Looks for the chip. He gets the chip. He's looking for Tom Brentley wide. He'll get the hands over the top if he can just pick it up. He gets caught. He takes too long to get rid of the hands there, you'd argue. Going to be picked up here by Ben Ham. Ben Ham shows him the ball each way, gives the hands off. I can't see who it is who's picked it up now, but it's on. And the head ripped off for Rosenbrook maybe, but he did duck into it. And it looks like it's going to be right on the boundary line. It's going to get kicked through for a behind, is it? No.
Out on the full. Fitzgerald, that was, I think, who was tracking after it. That was a huge contest there from Possart at half back. It was a 2-on-1, had to take the risk.
Over the back here for Bolton. Josh Bolton's coming off.
Bolton was the one that copped a bit of a whack across the face at half-back for Greensborough in that passage of play, so he's going to have to come off and get that patched up as Heidelberg look to switch here and take it out the far side.
They do exactly
that might be Sean Martin, I think it is back there in the back pocket. His kick over the top is a good one. Heidelberg can make their way down the wing as Clark ends up with it at half-back for the Tigers.
Have to stop this uncontested possession, Greensborough. They've just had a little bit too much more of it in this quarter, but good on Heidelberg. Look, creating more space, another uncontested possession. Out on the far wing here, they chip it back in, but intercepted by Harry Andronico, who gets moving straight away, looks for the man on his own, who sits there, which is Jack Johnson, who then moves it even faster out wide. He's going to find the luxury of Ned Rosenbrook again deep in the pocket. Beautiful centering kick. Will he be able to take it? No. It spills both hands in the air. Pressure everywhere from Brodie Glenn. But it looks like they're going to run away again under the arms of Lockie Wilson.
Oh, Wilson probably dropped what he should have taken the first time, but no matter, he sweeps that kick up to the wing. Greensborough have got the numbers here.
Tackle.
And
right decision, Lucinda.
Yeah, good decision there. I think that was Commander who was wrapped up, and the Rucks will have to reassemble here. As Ethan Ferris takes a turn in the ruck, and the umpire's picked out a free kick. I think it is going Ferris's way, the first gamer, so he sweeps it out to Eastwood, and Eastwood's handball out to Andronico. Goes short up the line, was looking for Danilchenko, but the kick was a bit of a scrubber, to be honest, and the ball trickles out of play just in front of Greensborough's interchange.
They're the ones, I believe, Jeremy. If you're going to make those little half kicks and it's one-on-one, you're better off kicking over the top of them and finding, another 25, 30 metres down the road.
Taking that extra territory as Ferris takes his turn in the ruck. The hit out was a good one. Finds Ham. He's off and running. His short kick to Danilchenko this time was a better one. And the boundary umpire says, yep, he took control of that before it went over the boundary line. So Danilchenko Well, this would be a remarkable kick if he could kick the goal from here.
Problem is, wind's going slightly across. The wind's just picked up a little bit. It's probably a 1-goal breeze for Greensborough, but it is going across the goal. So he's going to have to start this on the point post nearest us to have any chance of going through there. I reckon this could be the hardest kick in footy, Jeremy.
Just about. He's on the junction of the 50 and the boundary line at right half forward for Greensborough, just around from their interchange bench. Kick's on the way. It's not going to score. It's to the top of the goal square. The flies go up. Oh, there was a fly for Greensborough. No representation from Heidelberg, but no damage done as it missed everyone and the ball rolls out of play. So we'll have a throw-in just around from Greensborough's attacking goal. We've gone 20 minutes in the second quarter on the NFNL's match of the day, where scores are all square, 5-2, 32 apiece.
Tap out there. Brody Glenn comes flying through, gives the hands off very quickly.
Rosenbrock had a flying shot there.
Right.
He probably had more time than he thought, to be honest. He was off and gone, and there was no Heidelberg players within touching distance of him, and he'd be disappointed not to make that one stick as O'Dwyer brings it in for Heidelberg. And they're just going to retain a bit of possession here. I think it's Sean Martin who takes the mark here for the Tigers. Haven't really gained any territory so far, but that kick's a better one. That's going out to the far wing, where the two rucks duel, and it's Heidelberg who are going to take it away here. McKenna's herring after it on centre wing. The Greensborough defenders came up to meet him, but he's won the footy. The handball through finds Bunker, and now Clark, they are just lining up here through the middle, and that was classy from the Tigers. That's more how the way they want to go about things.
I think I should take up
ends up with Brody Tardio, I reckon that is, in...
right through the middle again, Jeremy. This is what we talked about. If you let them push you wide, and then once they come into the middle, you can't afford to give them that much space. All the credit to Heidelberg there. Their running game is so fast. It's hard to stop, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Beg your pardon. It's Kai Kearns who's taking the shot here, as we see Dylan Bunker just have some running repairs on that jumper. Actually, not even bothering to come off and change his jumper. He's just
straight on.
The trainers run the jumper out to him as...
It's a red card.
Tardio has a shot, and that set shot is good. So he kicks his first goal of the day, and a bit of a breather there for Heidelberg after they're being pushed here by Greensborough. They take the lead back. They lead 6-1-37.
A few rotations.
Greensborough at 5-1-31, I think it is.
Now, this is where they've got to be careful. They've got to stay with them to half-time. They can't let them get away, Greensborough. But if you're going to let them run through the centre like that, especially with McKenna's wheels and Wilson's wheels through the guts, that's going to make for a tough day.
Beg your pardon. It's Heidelberg 6-2-38, I think it is, to Greensborough 5-3-33. So 5-point margin here as we're back into the middle. And it's Ferris going up against Keys here. Neither really won the hit out, but the non-controlling umpire's picked out a free kick. And it's going to Ben Ham from Greensborough. Must have been for a hold, I think, in that centre contest.
Maybe off the ball there.
So Ben Ham's going to drive this long to the top of the goal square. Was looking for Pickett, got hands to it, couldn't take the mark. Martin has after it for Heidelberg in the back pocket. Oh, he's under pressure, though. He's going to have to be good. He's got support there in teammates. And they're going to be able to work this out, I think, Heidelberg. And they come away through left half back. The kick up to the wing was looking for Wilson. Probably should have taken the mark. He slipped over. Eastwood's going to get back for Greensborough and find the footy. And a smart kicking board finds Ferris, and Greensborough can reload from halfway.
He's got options to switch, but he goes direct in. Forward, inside 50. They all fly. The pack's up in the air. Brody Glenn runs through. No success, but they're going to mop up again here with another possession.
Good spoil there from Commander, I think that was.
Yes,
his handball back to Compt. His kick inside 50 was a bit of a scrubber. No one got hands to it. Heidelberg can clean this up again if they're clean. And the clearing kick comes out to the far back flank. And they do have numbers in support here. It's good tackle there from the Greensborough player. I couldn't see who that was flying in, but that's the pace of which he was travelling. But the kick's going to go up the line.
Campbell Walsh for the tackle.
Kick goes up the line here. Ball in dispute. Hasler's going to end up with it for Greensborough. He gives his handball back and finds Davies, I reckon that is, who's going to drive it back forward for Greensborough to half forward.
Great mark.
Well, the umpire's picked out a free kick, a push in the back here to Ferris, I think it was, in the contest.
O'Dwyer took the mark. 60 out, though.
Yeah, it's a long kick. Actually, it's going to Danilchenko, I beg your pardon.
The lead's on.
He was looking to play on. The umpire said he wasn't over his mark correctly, so just waves him back around and decides he's going to fan it out wide to Compt. Way out on the boundary at left half forward here for Greensborough.
I can tell you he doesn't have 50 in him.
And his kick into the pocket was ill-directed, and I think it's O'Dwyer down there who's going to take the mark. He's getting a bit of advice there from all the Greensborough fans in the forward pocket there, just telling him where he should kick this and probably what they think about him as a player.
Oh, great footy there by Greensborough. Shepherd's the man out, and it looks like it's back in the hands of the
Ferris again. He's had a few touches so far in the last 5 minutes. He's been good since coming on. The kick into the middle was cut off. It's going to end up with Compt again, though. His handball finds Panama, I reckon that was. Hasler on his wrong side got absolutely poleaxed there as he kicked.
Did he? I missed it.
And don't think it was anything untoward, but Heidelberg are going to cut this off and try and find a way out of their back half, Daz, because the last couple of minutes they've tried and haven't been successful.
Well, maybe they've listened. Maybe they're manning up a little bit here. You can't let them get possessions like this, uncontested, far side in the back pocket. Heidelberg's got the ball. They're going to look to move it out along the wing. No, they're going to come back in. They come back in. They retain possession. They calm everyone down. Beautiful stab pass. Hands over the top. Intercepted there by Commander again. Picked up there by
McCubbin, I think that was.
Yeah,
his handball was cut off as well. That's Smith who's got it now for Heidelberg.
They're dangerous.
Big
He's
fly.
flown. Right on the siren.
Well, I think the umpire's picked out a free kick at half forward here for Greensborough. This could be interesting. I reckon the kick's going Garrard's way.
It's just going to be too far out. I think he's
going to be a long way. This is going to be a 60-metre kick if he could kick this. The Greensborough interchange have actually come onto the bench. They're going to have to walk off.
Now the crowd's pretty excited by this, but this is a long kick. We talk 60 metres. Oh no, I think it's been reversed.
I'm not sure.
It has.
I don't know what's going on over there. It's hard to say, but the umpires have got the footy back, and I don't think that shot is going to take place anymore. As there's a little bit of how do you do at half forward for Greensborough. Nothing too untoward from what we can see, but the two teams look like they're separating now as the halftime siren sounds. And it's, we weren't really sure what sort of contest we were expecting, Daz, but it's lived up to the billing so far. It's Heidelberg 6-2-38. Greensborough 5-3-33. The home side taking a 5-point lead into the main break. And look,